And we are back with the third segment of the GSMC Basketball Podcast, presented by the GSMC Sports Network. And again, like I mentioned before, we're not doing a live today. We aren't doing a live show. I have jury duty, so always fantastic. I really wish I could have done the live show, and I guarantee you that at the time of my live show, that let's say for example at 12 when this is usually supposed to air. Oof, I bet you there's going to be so much news that's going to be going about, and I'm just going to miss out on it, and I'll have to talk about it in the live tomorrow, which is really annoying because it's like, I really like bringing the news to you guys live, and I really like it whenever there's something interesting that's going on as I'm breaking this news down to you guys live. So regardless, we are going to continue on with the third segment of this podcast, which is going to be all about the WNBA and women's basketball. So that's essentially like where our focus is going to be here. Let me just go ahead and bring up Angel Reese because she is going to be our main topic of discussion in this segment. So Angel Reese, she ended the game with her 8th straight double-double. And I believe this is the most double-doubles that a rookie has had in their entire WNBA season. So it's very impressive, the work that she's doing. She also became the first rookie, I believe they showed this stat on the TV while she was playing. She became the first rookie since A'ja Wilson to record 25 points and at least 15 rebounds. So all props to her. She's a fantastic basketball player. She might have a bit of an attitude problem, but that doesn't mean that she can't hoop. And a lot of people need to start realizing that. Now, another thing that people also need to start realizing is how bad the Fever really are. I mean, the Sky, they were down by a considerable amount of points in this game, and they ended up coming back all because the Fever just couldn't score in the fourth quarter. I believe they only scored 15 points in the fourth. I'm just going to go ahead and check just to make sure. And yes, they only scored 15 points in the fourth quarter, and Angel Reese scored that many points in the fourth quarter. So that's basically all that you need to know, and how they were, and that's really the main catalyst and the biggest reason why they ended up losing this game. They were up by so many points, and then they just slowly down the line they just couldn't keep up. Now, why couldn't they keep up? The coach. Now, we're going on a rant with the Indiana Fever again because I cannot stand just how horribly the Fever have been this year. I can't stand how bad the rest of the players have been. Aside from Caitlin and that center on the team, Boston, I believe that's her name. This Fever team has been terrible. And oh my gosh, I have a headache. I get headaches just watching them. Like, I have no idea why they can't run an offense. I have no idea why they just cracked under this pressure. In fact, one of the biggest reasons why I think that this season is it's a little bit of a problem for the Fever is because the coach, I kid you not, the Fever's coach is ruining Caitlin's career. Straight up ruining her career. There will be times where she would go on a run, like hitting three-pointer after three-pointer after three-pointer all by herself. And then after they realize that, okay, she's hitting shots, they pull her out the game. Why do you pull Caitlin out of the game when she's hitting her shots? She's lost all the confidence in her jump shot. Like, late in the game, I was expecting, like, the game was close. The game ended with a final score of, I believe, 88 to 89. I'm just going to go ahead and 87 to 88. Okay, I was 1 point off. Oops. But the Fever, they needed one bucket in order to tie the game. They needed one bucket in order to win the game for a majority, for the final minute of the fourth quarter. And I was expecting Caitlin to be the one to shoot the ball. But no, she was passing the ball. And to her credit, she keeps getting double teamed every single time, so it makes sense that she has to pass the ball. But every time she gets double teamed, I don't know what it is, but like the rest of the players on the Fever think it's like their time to shine. Like the entire fourth quarter, I had to watch everyone aside from Caitlin Clark take ridiculous shots and miss every single one of them. There was a center on the Fever. She airballed a wide open layup. Boston, I believe, when she was dribbling down the court, when Caitlin passed her the ball in the final possession, she was just posting up and like spinning and like doing all this unnecessary stuff when there were like two defenders around her in the area when she could have passed the ball, and then she smoked the layup. In fact, that's a really common problem with all of Caitlin's teammates. They keep smoking wide open layups and they keep messing up these easy fast break possessions. I mean, Mitchell, that other guard that I just cannot stand on the team. She can't catch a basketball to save her life. No one on the Indiana Fever can catch the basketball to save their life. It's like every single pass that Caitlin throws is a turnover because their teammates can't catch the ball at that high speed. Like, it's absolutely disgusting, and I don't like being disrespectful to professional athletes, but I genuinely think the under-18 team in the United States of America can beat the Indiana Fever. Like, that is how bad the Fever have been playing. That's how terrible the team has been. And it's like, I really don't like getting this disrespectful, but like, it's a huge problem. And one of the biggest problems is like, you have to look at the coaching, because one thing that I noticed from this Fever team, they don't seem to understand what spacing is at all. And the offense, they don't run an offense. Like, they don't run an offense. Their offense is pass the ball, pray to God that someone can do something with it. Like, that is their offense. They do not have a set that they can run to. They run the exact same down screen play that doesn't get anybody open. Like, it works the one time, but they run it like 6 times in a row. And I'm like, okay, it worked the first time. That doesn't mean it's going to work the next 5 times you run it. Like, the coach is going to make the adjustments. That's not going to work. And they keep running the same play every single time. And then when Caitlin gets doubled, right, instead of finding, usually whenever a double team, like for example, I'll give you a player, James Harden, prime James Harden. When he was on Houston in 2018, 2020, he would get doubled religiously. In fact, there's a play, I wish I could pull it up, but I can't because of NBA and copyright issues, but there was a play when James Harden was in the bubble. He was going up against the Dallas Mavericks, right? The Dallas Mavericks ended up double teaming him after he had a ridiculous 25-point first quarter. And instead of and so what you have to do when you're being doubled is you have to make one extra pass to someone, usually like, down the middle, and then that'll open everything up for the rest of your team, so that way you could shoot the ball. Because if you are getting double teamed and then you pass the ball down low, weak side defenders and other defenders are going to drop and guard you down low because they would rather give up a wide open 3 than let you have an easy layup. And for some baffling reason, I don't understand why, but every single time Caitlin gets doubled, her teammates, they have no idea where to stand. Like, they don't know how to get open off of that double. They don't know how to create looks for someone else off of that double. They don't know anything about, like, and it's very, very surprising to me because it's like, how do you not know that you're supposed to make this extra pass? How do you not know that you're supposed to make, that you're supposed to stand here and make the play for someone else? Like, they don't do that. They don't know that. It's like, it's like they play desperation basketball where it's like, you have the pass goes to you, but instead of actually, doing the right thing and making a play, you just do some I don't know what they do, but it's like, it's horrible. I guarantee you that's all that they do. It's terrible. And it's really annoying to watch because it's like, these are professional athletes, and these professional athletes are, not only are they not being coached properly, but they don't know where to position themselves. And I'm like, okay, I understand that coaching has a lot to do with that, a lot to do with positioning. But as a basketball player, you don't have that IQ to know where to stand and know where to position yourself to make your team better. That's not what they don't do that. It's infuriating, and I get so mad watching them play because it's like they don't do anything to help Caitlyn. They do nothing on the court. And it's the only one, again, like I said before, the only one that does anything on the court is that Boston girl. She's fantastic basketball player, honestly. She's great. And perfect to complement Caitlyn. And now another thing that I also should mention is that the coach has a very, 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 very odd what's it called? I completely forgot what. Oh yeah, Erica Wheeler. For some reason, she's on a max, and like she's on a max contract in the WNBA, and the coach cannot stop playing her. And for some reason, she's averaging 4 points per game, and she's on a max. So I'm just going to throw that out there. Like that is a Marcus Morris. That's a Marcus Morris situation right there. Like similar with Ty Lue and Marcus Morris. But yeah, so the teammates are bad. The coach is even worse. And that ultimately just makes everyone else's life easier when trying to stop the fever because the team can't position themselves properly. The team doesn't know where to stand. It's really, really bad basketball that they play. And this coach is going to ruin Caitlin Clark's career if she continues to be her coach. Because, just to recap, has no idea where the players need a position, always pulls Caitlyn out the game because for whatever reason, like she is trying to turn Caitlyn into the average WNBA guard. That is not what she is. That is not what she is whatsoever. Now, what else does she do? I mentioned she pulls Caitlyn for whatever reason. She makes Caitlyn stand in the corner, and I don't know what for. And let's see what else. She also keeps giving Erica Wheeler so many minutes when she doesn't even deserve all of those minutes. In this, I don't care that she's on a max. Averaging 4 points per game is horrible. Like no, I don't understand why that happens. And she restricts Caitlyn's minutes. Like again, Caitlyn can run and play for 40 minutes. Use that. And another thing is that the coach doesn't understand pacing. I mean, when she was on Iowa, she could run at a really, really fast pace, and she could continue to run at that fast pace in real life, and well, not really in real life. That's funny. She continued to run at that fast pace for 40 minutes of an entire basketball game, and throughout the rest of her career, probably around 30 or 35. But they need to play at that pace, and the coach just isn't doing that. So that's basically it. I know it was we were supposed to be talking about Angel Reese and her double, and I did most of it. She's a fantastic talent, and they ended up coming back. But I got really infuriated at that game, and that was really the big reason why they ended up coming back. I mean, did I mention that they also pulled her from the game when she was about to break the franchise record in assists? What? If there was any more proof, if you guys need any more proof that the rest of the WNBA is jealous of that woman and doesn't want her to succeed, there you go. But that is all I have for the segment. I apologize for getting a little, rowdy, I guess you could say. So now we will go ahead and move on to the fourth segment where I talk about Austin Reaves and his decision, well, not really his decision, actually, and his opinion on JJ Redick being the new coach. So I will be right back after this short break.